Let's Talk Oculus, a VR podcast, is proudly sponsored by the good folks at Patreon. If you want to support the show, join us on patreon.com/Let's Talk Oculus. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's Talk Oculus, episode 211. I'm your host as always, I'm Dan. I'm joined by my co-host as always, Samson. How you doing, buddy?
I wasn't sure if I should do 11 like 1-1, like on the same hand, or just, you know, one on each hand. That's an interesting one.
One on each hand.
You think so?
If you try to do it on one hand, it looks like you're holding up a 2.
That's fair. I could even do 2 and then 1-1, like a baseball 1-1, you know?
Yeah. Let's stop talking about baseball. Let's stop that talk right there.
We don't need
to talk about that.
How was your weekend?
It was okay. It could have been better. Could have been a lot better. And we're trying not to think about it. It's very hard to always have to walk past the baseball stadium going to work. It's like 20 minutes to the baseball stadium and then an extra 10 minutes, extra 5 minutes to my office. And I always have to walk past it. And
you should go a new route, you know?
I can't,
even if it's
because
longer.
Right next to the stadium. Like, it's just right. I look outside the window and the stadium's right there. Yeah, I've been closing the blinds, but yeah, it's been a tough weekend in sports. A very tough weekend, but we don't need to worry about that and don't need to dwindle on too long.
Lots of games to distract you.
I was about to say, it's a big November, and that's what our topic is for the show, to be honest. It's a big November. There's a lot of games. I mean, let's be honest, Samson. We had a big October as well. We had 3, top tier games that were coming out, your flagship games, shall I say. And then we had a bunch all in between. And this is another big month ahead with a few flagship games again, which we'll talk about in due course.
Dan, the games keep coming, and they don't stop coming.
No. Who thought VR was dead? You know? Who thought that? Thought that? There's not enough time in the day to get through these games, to be honest. But that's why you come to us, because we try and discuss and help influence your decisions. Speaking of influencing decisions, Samson, a lot of love for Arcanage in our Discord from our last episode. I was worried that I was overhyping it, as sometimes I tend to do. But no, it seems like people love it, and we'll talk about that in the comment section later on. But I'm glad the overall perception, it seems like online, people are pumped.
Quite positive.
Yeah, people are pumped. Samson, should we get into some housekeeping?
Yeah, I think we should. Housekeeping.
As everyone knows this already, if you've joined, or this is maybe the first time you've joined the show, there is a Discord link in below. We had a few more people join recently, so you can join in there and keep the conversation going. We had a little face reveals today on Discord, actually. Start off with Future Proof, and then Ninja Guy put his face because their avatars aren't their face. So I thought I'd put my alter ego in there as well. So if you are in the Discord, you can see that, you can view that, and maybe get a couple chuckles, you know. Maybe get a couple of trickles. But yeah, join the Discord. There's a great community in there, always chatting about VR. We also have a Walkabout tournament that's happening on a weekly basis, hosted by Healing Entree. Samson, what are the courses for next week?
You know, Dan, I don't want to spoil it, but your Roseanne costume was really good.
Roseanne?
Yeah, they'll have to come down to the Discord to confirm how good it was. Anyway, last week, Dan, we played easy mode Wallace and Gromit and hard mode Gardens of Babylon. And the score mode for easy mode, we had a top 4 here. We had Cobalt Dave with -12, Maestro with -18, who set a personal best, and then Healing Entree and Baru Monkey tied with -19. Healing Entree setting a personal best.
Nice. Well
then
played.
In race mode, we had yours truly in bronze with 459, Healing Entree silver with 437, and Baru Monkey with the gold 404.
You seem to do well in the race modes, Samson. Like, it seems to be
I
more
can
your
get
jam.
by.
Yeah. You can always put up a good score.
Yeah, it's just you just lock in and get lucky with not screwing up.
Yeah. I guess so. It's more forgiving, I guess, to try and with the race mode in a way. Some courses obviously not, because you got to be hit the perfect shot or so.
You just go for different shots for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
For this one, I definitely went the safe route on the one where the walking boots is doing the circle with the lawnmower, because I hate that one trousers. So much. Yeah, so I hit it short and then hit it over and then got it.
Yeah, that's it. That's race mode 1-on-1. Oh, Gardens of Babylon 18 would be quite tough on race mode, because you could mess that up.
Yes, as you'll see, I skipped that one.
The steep hole as well. I forget which hole it is, but the one that's really steep.
Yes, good transition though, because Gardens of Babylon, our top 3 were Cobalt Dave with -6 in third, Healing Entree with -8 in second, and Baru Monkey with -14. Baru is back, baby, with a clean sweep. Back. Spoilers. And Healing Entree, Cobalt Dave, and everybody else set personal bests, except for Baru. Gosh, wonder what his personal best is.
Right.
And in race mode, we had Cobalt Dave in third with 758, Healing Entree in second with 623, and Baru Monkey in first with 532. Congratulations.
Beautiful. What are the courses for next week, Samson?
Phew! Well, that was season 12 wrapped, and
it's done.
Yeah, whatever you do with wrap things. And so hopefully next season won't be unlucky number 13, and we will be in Wonderland for part of it. A 4-week season launching November 18th.
Oh, very, very good. Have fun. Thank you so much, Healing Entree, for always every single week setting that tournament up. Seems like there's still a lot of interest, which is great to see. And then we've also doing walkabout play sessions on Thursdays and Sundays as well, so you can join the Discord on that. Patreon.com/letstalkoculus, which is if you want to support us. But you can also send us comments. There's an episode discussion channel in the Discord. There is Spotify, which you can send comments in. YouTube. You can also email us, as someone has done today, this week, at letstalkoculus@gmail.com as well. Let's talk about the comments.
Hold on, Dan.
Samson.
Before we get there, you mentioned Sundays. Since Sundays changes times, I just wanted to mention we'll be playing Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. So come on down.
Perfect. All right, comments. Samson, I'm going to go for the first one here from Zadkeel-Zyber. I hope I said that correct. I could be wrong. This is based on... Actually, all these comments are for the last episode. They just put great episodes, guys. Ooh, I can only get one game at the Mo. I'm butchering this. And can't decide between Reach and Arcanage. Samson, what would you decide between Reach and Arcanage, considering you have only played one of these?
Yes, considering I haven't reached one of them, I'd say Arcanage.
Yeah, I'd say Arcanage 2. Reach is
Arcanage 2 isn't out yet.
Reach is on the puzzle side. It's more about parkour and puzzling. Arcanage is more of an action adventure. But I think because of overall polish and just out and out fun, and also bang for your buck, Reach is more expensive than Arcanage, and Arcanage is a much longer game. I think it's double the length. I could be wrong on that. There might be a few hours around there.
It does, like, if you kind of want a more puzzling game, Reach is probably more what you're looking for. But certainly, if you want more of an action adventure, Arcanage.
Yeah. The answer is Arcanage. Let's be honest. We'll see. Next comment, Samson.
Yes, from Pow Pow. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Also, he just finished the episode. Great review of Arcanage. I was listening to you while playing it. Actually, LOL. Dan was talking about how he found himself using all the weapons at his disposal. I'm finding the same. First game ever where I'm using all my arsenal. Sword, shield, sidearm, heavy weapon, all getting a ton of use. I'm seriously in awe of this game. I finally got my first upgrade for the pistol and entered a new area. Jaw-dropping beautiful.
Excellent. Yeah, there's not much else to say, but correct. You want to use everything. I use my sidearm way less than the other two, though. Just want to point that out.
Early on, I used it more.
One thing I don't use as a weapon is my climbing sticks. Whatever you call them.
Yeah.
I don't use that as a weapon. I know pickaxes. Sorry. I don't ever use that as a weapon. It's also too finicky to twist with your arm to just get it done. Where you could just grab the sword or so. But yeah.
You ever go to pick your nose with them because some snot gets on them? It's kind of cool.
No. No, I've not tried that at all. Next comment, Matt from Silicon Nation. He says, hello and thanks for another great episode. I wanted to say thanks to Pow Pow, Real Samson, and Dan for suggesting to pre-order Arcanage. What a fun game. Graphics are stunning. Gameplay and story are really immersive. Top-notch VR. Beautiful. Just everyone loving Arcanage. Thanks for your comment.
I was just kidding about the boogers, by the way, Dan.
Fair. You would have fooled me. I would have gone into it next time and tried it. I'm like, what's not happening? Last comment, Samson?
Yes, from Eric. It could be Eric. For Dan, when you were testing your Quest using the remote desktop in workrooms from Meta, did you also try virtual desktop? I know you mentioned the immersive app lets you change resolutions and make things better, but I wonder if you tried virtual desktop and if that has more features than the other two. I've always found that it's extremely feature-rich and might solve some of your problems. The other question...
Let me answer that question before you get to the other one.
Please.
I haven't tried virtual desktop. I actually haven't... I don't own it because I don't do PC VR gaming, so I haven't bothered to go all out. And Immersed is free. There is like a paid version or a subscription that you can pay, but the free version's enough, to be honest. So I haven't tried it, but I do expect that it will be much better than the other apps, to be honest with you. Virtual desktop, the fact that it can run your PC VR and such, well, not run, but stream it quite reliably. I think that speaks volumes, to be honest. So I think if I ever was to go use the Quest often when it comes to using the laptop, I would probably invest in it, but I don't use it often enough. So yeah, I haven't tried it, but thanks for your question.
Dan, that was a long-winded way to say no.
It's a podcast. We're talking. It's a radio show.
The other question is for both of you. Oh, thank God. And it's about Arcanage. Did either of you try Arcanage using the bHaptics vest? I would be curious to find out if it supports it, number one, and if it does, what kind of effects it adds to the experience. And the
Samson
answer
does not support it.
It does not. Well, it does on Steam with a mod, according to the website.
If you have the Steam version, you can install a mod really easily and use it, but nothing on PSVR 2, nothing on Quest. There's no official support. It doesn't. I looked on Reddit and such, and it seems like more of a feature request rather than something that's definitely coming. So
I mean,
I'm not too sure.
If enough people ask for it, I imagine they'll bring it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not too difficult to just implement it, but just more to do this game. I mean, we talked about it last week. It's so well done, and they've thought about everything, and they won't just do bHaptics for the sake of it. They'll put it in and make sure it's programmed correctly to make it feel right. Because there's some games on there that's just vibrates and that's it. But there's some games that actually that actually thought about it and programmed it properly, right? So
if the mod is good enough, they could maybe get in touch with them and kind of convert it out into the others.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about bHaptics.
Would you? I think the bHaptics would be great for Arcanage.
Hell yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Did you see all the new camera stuff that they added?
No.
You can like change
recording.
Yeah. I think it was, I forget the VR creator that posted the video, but all recorded on Quest, and you can select different camera. Like you can record basically different camera angles, so you can change to like the enemy. So he saw himself kill the enemy, like beheaded the enemy, and then switched to another enemy as the enemy fell down and watched him fall. It was very hilarious.
Cool. I didn't know that was available, because I know the trailer and every time they post like it's week to go and such, it's always the your own character, and I didn't know if that was available for everyone or was that was just like built in for like internal use. But that's cool. That's really cool. It's great for creators who create YouTube videos and such, or content. Must be really good. They must use it like, is it Val? No, it's not Val. There's a specific like company that does like the streaming and such. Live, maybe. I think it's Live.
It is Live.
I think that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's probably what's powering the back end of that. But very cool. Very, very cool. All right, that's all the comments. Thanks everyone for writing in. Keep doing so, because it's always fun to read out your comments. Let's go into what our main topic of it is the massive November upon us. Like I said, October was big. November, we're not slowing down. Slowing down.
We need some alliteration, Dan. Let's call it like Nuclear November.
I like that. So before we get into what games are coming out this month, November 13th, next week, the VR Game Showcase is back. It's at 9 a.m. Pacific time or 12 p.m. Eastern time. We already know a few things, so this will feature 5 brand new reveals with games from veteran VR studios and traditional teams, offering a mix of new IP and familiar franchises. There will be new trailers for Star Trek, Deadly Delivery, Siberia, VR, Glassbreakers, Champions of Moss, and more. There'll be updates to Among Us 3D, Golf 5, Bootstrap Island as well, and Visions, I believe. So you'll get some updates on that, and probably a bunch of extra stuff in there that we don't know about.
You think we get something from Walkabout?
Yeah. I think you get, what is it, Alice in Wonderland? Is the next one, right? Yeah. Next course? Yeah, for sure.
So we think.
For sure. I'm sure they always contribute to these, unless it's not ready, but I would assume that I'm assuming Alice in Wonderland comes out at like the beginning of December, if not end of November. I think it was beginning of December is what they said. I can't remember. But, yeah, I'm sure it'll be shown. Little trailer, which will be fun.
And I'm kind of hoping we get like the release and announcement of the remaster of like one of the old courses. And
based on the timeline of what they showed, the roadmap.
Hopefully so. I mean, we're running out of time for it, so
Seagull Stacks remastered.
Seagull Stacks or Gothic, something like that.
Yeah, one of them. Seagull Stacks for sure. That could be. They could do Seagull Stacks at the end of this month or mid-month, and then have what Alice in Wonderland be the last one.
Yeah,
the last.
Yeah, certainly if it comes. Year. Yeah, it's just whether or not if it's in the beginning of December, they wouldn't be that close. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, moving right along. Yeah. I love the Walkabout speculation.
Yeah, all the time. All right, so let's go through the games out this month, and there are. I should have numbered them, but there looks like there's around 20 games. But so we picked out like key ones that we want to talk about. So let's go through them and mention them. I think the first big one, to be honest, is Of Lies and Rain. So Of Lies and Rain is a game that I believe has been in early access for a little bit. To be honest,
and there's been a demo.
I think it was back in September. Yeah, early access in September on Quest and Steam. And then now the full release is coming soon. It'll be out on PSVR 2 as well. This game looks pretty fun to be honest. It looks like it's got the atmospheric aspects of Reach, to be honest, with all the particle effects and such. And it looks like a sci-fi game itself. There is a gun involved. Did you play the early access at all, Samson?
If you don't remember, I got stuck at an early puzzle where you needed to have a valve, so you like attach a valve, and then I was like, you know what, I'll just wait for this to come out.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, this is one that I tried, and I saw spiders immediately.
The spiders, yes.
Everywhere, and they're like mechanical spiders, and the scorpions as well. And it was a shame because I was really enjoying the first 5 minutes of the game, and I like how it gave me a little warning because as I was crawling through the vent, a big spider crawled across in the opposite vent, and I was like, okay, that's it. That would be the end. That would be the end.
All done.
It's just the spiders just jumping up at you. But aside from the spiders, if you're not a scaredy cat like I am, this looks like a fun, like futuristic sci-fi first-person shooter. To be honest, yeah, nice, very very good. So that's Half Lives Remain. Next game on the list, Samson. I've lost the list. Where's the list gone?
Oh, Dan, let me slide in because
you put a PSVR
it's actually. I slid in a few PSVR 2 games that I'm kind of excited for, and V-Racer Hover Bike Ruff is everybody's excited, including the dog for this one. But yeah, it's also crossplay with the Meta one, but you know, incorporates a bit more of the PlayStation console.
V-Racer Hover Bike was a good game. I remember playing it. It was a good fun game on Quest. Obviously going to look a little bit more prettier in PSVR 2. But yeah, I remember this is the game. I think it was kind of like a motorbike game, Wipeout kind of feel, and it has like items and like Mario Kart style and Wipeout style. But I think the one thing I really didn't enjoy was the actual weapons. They didn't feel that good to me.
I did kind of feel like I feel like I'd be more inclined to enjoy the non-weapon races, but you know, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough. Next game is Elements Divided. Comes out on Quest also next week, or this week, sorry. And this is a PvP and a co-op game. Like it's like think about it, Samson. What do you think when you hear Elements Divided of what you would do in this game?
This reminds me of like, I don't know why my mind goes like Dragon Ball Z because it's not that at all, but you're throwing elements at one another and you're using, you know, fire, earth, the other elements also.
You almost got it. Water and air.
Yes, I included them with the other elements.
Yeah, there we go. So it's kind of like it looks like an arena PvP fighting game, like you mentioned, with all the elements. I actually have this game on my Quest because we got a code from Impact, and Flat to VR and such. So we got to try this out. But yeah, we have the code. That's the Elements Divided that's coming out. Samson, another PSVR 2 one that you threw in.
Yes. Rush Apex Edition is sort of a remake of the original Rush game. Built for the PlayStation. It's got 90 levels and it's racing like with the wingsuits. Mm-hmm. So you kind of jump off a cliff and you go down. You can hang out in between rounds, and I think it's up to 12 people. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. The next one I know a lot of people are excited for, Forefront. November 6th as well, this week actually. 32-player Battlefield-style VR first-person shooter, and it's an open beta. It comes with 4 maps, 20 different types of weapons, 10 vehicles, and 4 playable classes. And this is a game that, since it's in beta, is just going to keep getting better as it goes on. You know, come in November 6th, I'm sure there'll be a lot of players, but You come back into this game come February, come March next year or so. And it's going to not look like a totally different game, but it's going to be pretty revamped. I remember playing Breachers when it first came out and then jumping in like a year later and being like, there's a big difference. Yeah, still the same game, but like it's a big difference, and the visuals as well are excellent. So are you excited about Forefront?
Yeah, I am. I didn't get into the, I did the early access. I did the alphabet, I did the alphabet, but not the beta bet.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't have this, like I mentioned before, it didn't hit me the same like Breachers feel, but it's got its own special touch. I'm hoping that we get private lobbies. I'm not really feeling confident about it though.
I'm not sure in the beta for sure. I'm not sure at all, but I'm excited to play a little bit of it. I would lie to everybody if I'm going to say this game I'm going to play a lot, because it's a multiplayer game and I tend to not play many multiplayer games apart from Walkabout, to be quite honest with you. I tend to just stick to the single players. So I'm very excited of it though, because I do love me some Battlefield. But I love Battlefield, and Battlefield 6 has come out and I haven't got it yet because I know I'm not going to play it that much right now. So, be one of those. So yeah, I'm excited to see what it's like. I will hop in a little bit and see how it goes. Maybe we get a crew together through the Discord.
Yeah. I'm really excited for the next one though.
What is the next one, Samson?
Laser Dance coming out November 6th from the Cubism developers. I believe this is early access also.
Early access. Yeah.
And
they'll feature 18 levels though in early access, and there's 3 stages, and each stage is like a different type of laser as well. So there is a little bit to it.
The gameplay is essentially you set up 2 buttons on either side of your room, and you've got one's a start button, one's an end button, and you might even have to go back to the other button again. And then there's lasers that you got to avoid.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work in my apartment, because I have basically my apartment's quite open, but right in the middle of it is a kitchen island. So I feel like this might mess up. Yeah, I guess with the map tracking, right, and such, you could probably avoid that itself. I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, obviously the trailer is going through like a complete open room, and it looks very, very fun. But we'll see. This game has actually been in the works for a long time. Like, we've heard about it for years.
A little bit before.
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
Early. It's really fun. I mean, it's early access, but it's really fun that it's coming out finally. And yeah, Cubism's such a big hit. So let's see how this one delivers. It must be pretty much ready, in terms of like the mechanics.
As you mentioned, I imagine it's very difficult to get it ready for all the different types of rooms you're going to see.
Right, so I'll try it for sure. I'm really intrigued. But Samson, that always also comes out this week.
This week,
yeah.
It's crazy.
Next game is Little Critters, which is like a action strategy game, mixed reality. It's kind of like a tower defense. It seems like. Samson, you interested in this one?
Yeah, this one seems kind of cool. It's very silly.
Yeah, what
it
do you like
depends what
about
the price is on it. It just looks like a tower defense game in your living room, right? So you're gonna have little critters kind of crawling around trying to get to your things that you're trying to defend, and I think it's hand tracking, or at least that's what it looks like in part of the trailer.
It is, yeah. And it looks a little bit silly in terms of like they're running around and you can squash them with your hand.
Yeah, could be a good one to show off.
It could be, yeah. I can see in the trailer too that they can grab hold of your finger with their mouth. They can and then they'll hold on to your finger. You got to shake them off. So I hope it works just like the trailer does. But that's really cool. That's Little Critters. Next game, Samson. We're now going to next week. Don't Move. This seems like the most stupidest game in my opinion. I can see why a lot of people like the look of it. Yeah, Don't Move came out of... it's in Steam, but it's coming out on Quest, and essentially you're like a crash test dummy, and the whole idea is not moving. So you're basically in this room, and you just don't move. And you seem, okay, I wonder what happens in that room. Samson, a lot happens in that room. It's a room that I don't want to be in. So you can have stuff like maybe there's like machine guns shooting at you. Yeah, but then there's the spiders and snakes. And spiders that are just like, there could be one spider which is the size of the whole entire room, just kind of dancing around you. And if you move, it's going to jump at you.
Dan,
so,
you know how to win at this game?
Or just set your quest down.
No, you just close your eyes.
Yeah, but I still move, and then I'll open my eyes, and the spider's right in front of me, and that makes it even worse.
No, you just keep your eyes closed the whole time.
But I'm not going to win. I
Why
still
not?
have to not move. I still have to not move.
But why would you move?
Samson, also, I don't need to win at this game. I don't need that in my life. I don't need that. I don't need that stress in my life.
Yes.
Next game, Samson, Escape from Hadrian's Wall.
Hadrian!
I love that. That was a great impression, to be honest. This one is a historical puzzle game set in 402 AD Britannia, where as a nameless witch's apprentice, after escaping the fortress, you cast magical cards and wield artifacts to solve puzzles. Yeah, a very unique game, to be honest. A very unique game.
You're interested?
It's not like... No, I'm not interested. But okay. It's just a very unique game because it's like a tabletop puzzle game, you know.
Yeah.
So
definitely
very interesting. Samson, bit of Luminous.
Pretty good art style though. Yes, Luminous Arise on November 11th. Veterans Day. So shout out to all the veterans out there here in America. I mean, veterans everywhere. I guess, really. But yeah, Luminous Arise is by the Tetris Effect people, and it is a rhythm puzzle game, and that's right up my alley.
Did you ever play this on like PSP back in the day or anything?
I never had a PSP or the Vita, but I have since. You can get the remastered for like PS4 or whatever, and I did. I played a little bit of it.
This
and
was
the demo
really
of this, you can try the demo too. They've had one.
This was a really good game on the PSP. Yeah, I remember it. It came out like around the same time the PSP came out, I'm pretty sure.
It's definitely a whole new type of puzzle. Basically, it's two different colors, and they come down in fours. And so there's an assortment, and you can rotate them. And then you've got to get them into sort of rectangles, and then they'll disappear every so often. That goes with the rhythm, kind of. So they're not. It's not like always clearing them as soon as you get them a rectangle. You got to wait for it to come through. It's very unique. It's pretty cool. It's and once you get in the zone and like figure it out, you just lock in, and that's what I love.
In a way, it's like I'm saying this loosely. It's like a Tetris meets Candy Crush kind of game.
Yeah,
like it's got the Tetris kind of Bejeweled, those kind of games. But because of the Tetris kind of aspect of it, it is a little bit different. But yeah, Luminous. I remember on the PSP. I've not played it since, but yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm sure it's gonna be great in VR.
Yeah,
nice. Next one, Glass Breakers, Champions of Moss. This is pretty big for a lot of people that we know who have been waiting for this game for quite some time, to be honest. It's pretty much like a PvP set in the Moss world, it seems. And it's a big Apple Vision Pro game, it seems like. It seems like that's the flagship one because they announced it on there as well. But Samson, you interested in this game much?
No, I don't think it's really my type of game. I think it's some sort of MOBA, right? Where you're, I mean, I like the idea of it. It's pretty cool that they've taken these characters from this world and incorporated them into a PvP game. I'll definitely give it a try. But I feel like this is the type of game where even more so than like Demeo battles, you're going to have to like learn the meta to really compete unless you have somebody to play with. More casually. If I can find somebody to more casually play, then I'm much more interested.
Hey, we know we know probably a few people. I'm pretty sure Live Open Mike is going to jump into this. I'm pretty
sure
sure
be a pro.
PJ from VR Verdict, he's been waiting for this game for so long. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I'm interested in it. I have no real desire to play it too much because I don't think it's kind of my type of game. But it seems like a very cozy kind of PvP game in a way. Which is, I've never really played a MOBA, to be honest.
I'll probably be playing the other games. You're right.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people are going to be super excited about this. Yeah, for sure. All right, Samson, let's keep going here. What's the next one? Oh, what?
This one is called Hotel Infinity, and it comes out November 13th, same day. I'll actually be playing Hotel Infinity over Glassbreakers, I think, because what Hotel Infinity is think of T for God or that Temple game where it was the room scale movement. So you're going to be walking around and trying to get yourself out of this Infinity Hotel puzzle game. And I just love that type of unique just take on the room scale movement.
So yeah, it seems like it's room scale, but it seems like the places that you're in are like labyrinths that you need to kind of find yourself out of it as well. Very interesting. Yeah, it looks like a very unique puzzle game.
I'm sure I'll get stuck. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Maybe in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is one I'll definitely. So I've usually getting the PSVR 2 version of games that are on both, and this is one I'll get on Quest for sure. So I can play outside.
It'd be interesting to see how this works in PSVR 2, considering it's room scale. There might be a version that it's not room scale in there because obviously the wire, right? So it seems like the game that you want on Quest for sure, or on Steam with Virtual Desktop, of course. Next game, Tracked Shoot and Survive. Tracked Shoot and Survive. That's from like Green Hell VR, and it seems like a very similar game, a survival single player game. And it's the good thing about this is exclusively designed for MetaQuest, which means it might be quite optimized. Who's to say? But I think we talked about this game before. I think we're both not really into these survival games, to be honest.
Yeah, instead of the jungle, you're in looks like sort of the American West, maybe middle of the woods.
Siberia VR, that seems like one of the big games for Siberia is a big like PC game, and it's being remastered, and it's not remastered, remade. Shall we say?
Played the previous PC?
I've never played. Okay. No, never played. I thought when I looked at it, it looked a lot like. Oh, it's probably like a Myst kind of game, but it's a little bit different. It's definitely a puzzle game for sure, but then it's more of like a kind of an adventure game at the same time as well. Where Myst is like strictly puzzles.
Yeah.
I've not played this. I'm not sure if I'm too interested of playing this, to be honest with you.
I'm not really. I don't think. Looks like a cool world, but I'm not going to play through that one for sure.
Veil Extraction, Samson.
Oh, sorry, I just had a sour taste in my mouth. No, I'm good.
Fair enough. You're good for Veil. Veil Extraction is a sci-fi multiplayer shooter. It's free to play, which is coming out real soon. Then Samson, we've got the flagship one. We've got Deadpool VR. November 18th is when this comes out. We haven't seen anything else from it for a while. It doesn't need to either. The game's coming out. It's going to be a big one. There'll probably be a release trailer around that time. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. It's made by Twisted Pixel Games, and we did the revisited episode on...
oh god, that game is so good.
Yeah, Path of the Warrior. And it's going to be out exclusively on Quest 3, Quest 3S, optimized for it as well. It's going to have cel-shaded graphics. We've got a whole like story trailer and a gameplay trailer and such that you can watch. It looks to be like chaos and manic and fun. It doesn't seem like it will take itself seriously, which is exactly what the brand is as well. So yeah, I'm excited for this one just because of how well made Batman was and well polished is. I know it's a different studio, but it's still coming from Meta's publishing, and this is their game. Meta seems to have at the moment just one game a year in terms of their like main game, and they normally have a good one.
I'm excited for it because of how good Path of the Warrior was, and just building on everything about that, like the boss fights, the boss introductions. I'm just looking forward to like the boss introductions themselves, just all the little things. I know they'll nail. This one will be fun.
Be a good going into the holidays game for sure. November 18th. So I'm gonna try and finish that game before vacation in the Christmas time. But yeah, Samson, you're already doing the boxing meme here. The next one, which is also a flagship game, coming out like the day after, Thrill of the Fight 2. Thrill of the Fight 2.
Yes. One
of the most popular games on Quest, Thrill of the Fight. One of the games that I used to play quite a lot when I first got my Quest as well. It's very exciting that it's going to have multiplayer. I've not bothered going into any of the early access. I've kind of just been wanting to wait until the main game. And the main game is going to have its single player mode as we expect. Multiplayer is going to be fine for a lot of people, is what people have been asking. But that game is fun.
If I can. I might not be good enough.
Well, we'll have to have a battle of the hosts, but podcast hosts.
Oh boy.
Maybe put it on the live stream. It could be a fun New Year's Day live stream or something.
Yes. Tens of people will turn out.
Tens of people. Are you excited for this one?
I mean, so far as like playing through the campaign, this is also another one that's like could potentially be fun to show people off VR when they come over. Like, hey, let's set up a boxing ring in the driveway and we can box out here. That's kind of cool. But outside of like
each other.
Yeah, outside of doing that, I don't see myself like playing a regular multiplayer match.
Yeah, fair enough.
There are like boxing leagues, so it's kind of cool. On like you can find them on YouTube and such.
Yeah, it's a full-on thing, which is amazing. What a week this is going to be. Deadpool VR, Thrill of the Fight 2, and Demeo Dungeons & Dragons Battlemarked, all in the same week. Samson, I'm actually... The more and more I see about this game, the more I'm excited to play this. I like... And we'll talk about this in part 2, because I've gone back to Reach after playing a bunch of Arcane Age, and I like the fact that they're so different in terms of games, and it's kind of refreshing rather than just playing the same kind of type of game each time. And I'm excited for this one, actually. The more and more I see about it, they just actually revealed their second campaign. So when it gets launched, there's going to be 2 campaigns. We've got Embers of Chaos, which is the campaign 1, and campaign 2 is going to be Crown of Frost. And they released a bunch of screenshots of this new campaign and such. There's a third campaign called Mushroom Hollow, which seems like it could be the DLC in the future, but they've already kind of shown like a little preview of that. But yeah, every time I see it looks really good. 12 hours of playtime at launch with the campaigns. 12 hours of playtime from launch. Around that, they said, and it will launch for $30 as well.
Good price too. I'm excited for this one also. I imagine, this week I'll probably start playing Deadpool. I'll like try a little bit of campaign of Thrill the Fight, then it'll go right to the bench, and I'll continue like the chill because I'm gonna get back to a little more Deadpool, and then I could see myself just getting sucked right into the Demeo Dungeons and Dragons until I play through that campaign and then going back to Deadpool. We'll see.
Yeah. I can see myself trying all of them and then moving on to next week's games. Because that seems to happen. What happens. For you, Samson, the PSVR 2, you got another one as well?
Yes. November 20th, RoboQuest VR. This is one I'm interested in, but I don't think I necessarily need it on day of release.
Yeah. It just got announced for PSVR 2 on November 20th. It will be out for Quest next year, also on Steam. Samson, the Amygdala Protocol out on November 29th to top off. This seems like a game that probably came out a month too late, potentially. It's a puzzle survival game, and it seems like it seems very dark that it could be perfect for Halloween, but it's not actually classed as a horror game. Yeah, it's not. It's definitely spooky. I mean, there's blood on the walls, and it says "I kill you," so it's pretty much like that. Yeah, I would class it as a horror game just because there's a random doll that pops up, but it's not classed as a horror game. It's classed as a puzzle survival.
It's got a doll. It's got blood on the walls that says "I kill you." Come on, Dan.
Yeah, it's not classed as a horror game. It's classed as a puzzle survival game. Samson, the next one might be in your wheelhouse.
This one, well, you know.
What is it?
It's called Flight Unlimited, coming November. Mm-hmm. And it's claiming to be the first proper flight sim game on Quest. And it does look promising. Graphics are looking pretty good. I can't imagine, it won't compare to Microsoft Flight Sim on PC, I imagine, but the lighting and the sunset is looking kind of cool. And I do like to get lost in a good flight sim.
Yeah, so the flight simulator game, Flight Unlimited, rather. It seems like the 4K visuals when it comes to the cockpit, but the outside backgrounds remain to be seen if they're going to be good to look at in VR. But it might be like the photo kind of realistic ones, like in Supernatural, something like that. Yeah, it could be something similar to that.
I'm also curious on the price.
Yeah, for sure. Last couple ones here. Made of Skur VR, another very much a horror game set in like the olden times. And that's coming out sometime this month. And then the last one, Samson, I had to put it down. Salmon Man.
For Squashy.
Salmon Man VR. I thought it looked kind of fun. This is out on Steam. It's a very punishing platformer. Think of Super Meat Boy, that kind of thing. But you're just you're paddling. You're on a kayak.
Well, no, I think you use it to like launch yourself. It's more like you remember that game that recently came out where you had to like climb all that stuff with I don't know, with like I forget what it was. It's like this is sort of like a meme genre at this point.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're not actually on a kayak, but you're using a kayak paddle basically.
Yeah.
To launch yourself around and jump across, and it seems like one of those hardcore platformers that you're going to fail quite a lot. So, are you into these kind of games?
Not at all.
Yeah, fair enough.
They're so frustrating.
Yeah. Hardcore platformers. Like, I think the level of platformers where my difficulty is at the top is probably like a Hollow Knight, I would say. That's not a hardcore platformer, but sometimes there's like big things that you need to do to kind of get right, and if you miss it, you die and such. It's not like a Super Meat Boy or anything like that, which is purely hardcore platformer.
I never got into that.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a little bit, but Hollow Knight is definitely like I won't go past that in terms of difficulty, to be honest. But Samson, there we go. There's our 20 games.
Excited for the show.
Yeah, there's our 20 games. We've got a lot to go, but it's all about that week, November 18th, 19th, 20th, Deadpool, Thrill of the Fight 2, Demeo Dungeons and Dragons, and for you PSVR 2 people, RoboQuest VR as well. Big week.
Yeah, good counting. I just did it. It was like 23 or 24.
Really? Oh, beauty. There you go. All right, that'll do for part 1 and part 2. We'll talk about what we've been playing, so we'll see you then.
Hey, we know public lobbies in VR games can be a bit toxic, feel a bit empty at times. That's why we created the Let's Talk Oculus Discord, a friendly community that you can join for multiplayer meetups, general VR chat, the game, and chat about VR, fitness motivation, and there's even a very impressive 3D printing channel. Join over 100 of our community members in the Let's Talk Oculus Discord for free. The link is right in the description.
All right, welcome back to part 2, where we've been talking about the big games in November. But Samson, let's quickly talk about the big games in October in terms of what we've been playing. I mean, one of the big games. I'll start here. Reach I've been getting into Reach. It's the only game that I've been playing this week because I've been distracted watching sports, and then I've been really sad watching sports. So I've not played too much VR, but I have played a bunch of Reach. We're getting close. We're on level 10 out of 14, so we're getting close to the final boss stages, and
that's real close.
Yeah, it's not too far away. I am enjoying it. I definitely am enjoying it, but I think what I said before still kind of stands. So let's talk about it a little bit. They just released a patch, which seems like more of a PC VR patch to fix that more than anything, to be honest. I've seen a lot of people online saying that this is how the game should have be released. Like the graphics a little bit better, it's much smoother to play, all of that kind of stuff, which is great to hear. On Quest 3, it doesn't seem like there's much difference. You can now do a chapter select, so you can go back to previous chapters, but it's not the best because it tells you the chapter names, but it doesn't give you like a screenshot of the chapter, so it's kind of hard to tell what it's for. So that could have been better, but obviously it seems like a rushed kind of quick patch to try and get the main thing sorted. But in terms of like graphics and such, it's not really done much. In fact, I've seen more pop-ins and graphical hitches than I had before from this update, because I made sure I updated it into the because we got a code and I was on the press pass, but now I'm on the actual proper one, and it seemed like there was a bit more graphical glitches. So I don't know if the people, the one that everyone got was actually kind of faltered compared to the press one. I'm not too sure, but either way, it doesn't look too different. But in terms of the game itself, it's definitely getting a little bit better. I'm getting much better at using like the grapple gun and such. I always found that finicky to use. Maybe that's something that they have improved actually in the update, because it's much easier, actually way easier now to use the grapple gun to grapple across different platforms. So maybe that's got better.
Don't sell yourself short. Maybe you've gotten better.
Maybe I've gotten better. Yeah, maybe I've gotten better. The combat still is not the best, but it's very easy to take a bunch of enemies out. You have a room. It's funny because you play something like Arcanage, and when you have a room full of like eight people, sometimes it's quite difficult, and you might die, especially when they all get alerted. When it comes to this one, they all get alerted. It's still very easy to just take them all out. It is fun. With the arrows are really good though. You've got the ice arrow, the fire arrow, the shock arrow, and the regular. The fire arrow is a bomb arrow, and the regular arrow. I actually tend to use the regular arrow often, unless there's a horde of enemies. So if there's like 3 coming at me or 2 coming at me, I'll shoot the bomb or the ice one. I tend to do the most because it just freezes all of them in one arrow, and then you can just take them out really easily. And it's pretty straightforward to get headshots. I'm getting better at the bow and arrow, but it's still, the bow and arrow uses my arm or hand as tracking rather than my actual head, so it's not as easy as head movements, I would say, for aiming. But I still have my issues with it. The puzzles, the puzzles for most of the part have been very straightforward, and all the puzzles are pretty much just parkour puzzles, which maybe what you'll think. However, I did get to a stage this morning when I was playing, what's it called? The whole like level is called Hall of Legends, I think it is. And that one was the whole hall is basically a big puzzle, and you need to get to like the top, and you have to maneuver a lot of stuff and such, and trying to figure it out. And that was actually the best one that I've done so far. So it is getting better, but we are getting closer to the end as well. So I don't, in the end of the day, Upload VR gave this game a 4.5 out of 5 when it comes to their star system. So maybe this last 4 levels really push it up, because right now I'd give it a 3 out of 5. I think it's a better than average good game. The parkour is excellent. That's one of the things that I'll say again. Like, it's so fun to just jump around and climb up and now use your grip and such.
Jump around.
So the parkour is really good, and it's probably the best parkour I've ever done in a game. Like, it's better than Assassin's Creed. It's probably similar to the Climb, but I haven't played the Climb for so long, to be honest. But yeah, it's very forgiving, and I think that's what makes it. Yeah, and this one's very forgiving because I think because it's forgiving, it makes it more fun to use and to swizzle around and make leaps and all that stuff. And yeah, this is more of a parkour game first. Like if you're thinking this is a puzzle game first, it's not. It's more about just traversing and getting from A to B and getting to the door at the top or left, wherever it is. And then it comes the puzzle game is the next level, and then it's probably a story game. And then it's probably a action game, like in terms of the levels of what it is. It has all those elements, but it's the traversing is what takes the number one. The puzzles, I wish they were a bit more difficult, or more like the Hall of Legends. If there was more puzzles like that, where it is like, okay, I really need to think about how do I get out of this room by traversing, by using the elements, by shooting my arrows at a few like quick switches to get from A to B whilst the switches are timing out and such. Like, I want more of that, and I'm finally starting to get it towards the end, which is really cool. But yeah, I think once coming back from Arcanage, and Arcanage is such a beautifully polished game, and it's a game that's thought about everything, where this game seems like it's thought about one thing and everything else has been the afterthought. It's hard when you compare the two. You go, Arcanage would be like a 4.5, if not a 5-star game, to be honest. And this is a bit of a drop off, and I think because I'm playing them hand in hand, I notice it more, to be honest with you. But yeah, so far, like I'll still continue to play it. I really want to finish it this weekend, to be honest. So I want to try and finish it, and let's say if my thoughts stay the exact same, I would definitely recommend everyone to buy this on sale. It's still a good game. I still think you should play it this year because it is the big game this year. But if it goes on sale at Christmas time, if it's like 30% off or something like that, then get it. Because I think it's like $40. $40 each, right? And Arcanage is $30, and you get so much more when it comes to Arcanage. So I think if Reach was like $25, I think that's a good price for this game, especially at the state as today. But yeah, I'll finish it off and I'll give you my final thoughts. But I'll be surprised if it does change much, to be honest. So yeah, Samson, that's me. That's Reach.
Well,
How about
Dan,
you?
I've got a few questions for you, because have you ever wondered what it would be like to use a skeleton as a trombone?
A skeleton. Which part of the skeleton?
Well, a bunch of random bones and the head. So the head is the skeleton part is the I don't know what you call I'm now realizing
the thing you push
I don't
out
know.
and in.
I only know what the slide is called, and it is not the slide. It is where the sound comes out of.
Yeah.
The horn part. I don't know. And then all the other bones are just.
No, I've not done a skeleton trombone, but that sounds very fun.
Well, the Trombone Champ DLC you can, as well as a slide trombone. I wonder what that one's made out of. And there is also a new song, Dan.
Nice. Is it the Monster Munch?
It is
Monster Mash.
Bones.
Sorry, not Monster Munch. That's a chips. No, it's what? Let's say that again.
Dem Bones. It's a
Dem
Trombone
Bones.
Champ unflattened mix.
Oh, nice.
It was pretty challenging. It was a good time. And then the crowd is also all like Halloweeny, if you will.
Fun.
And it's sort of dressed up.
Nice.
Trombone Champ unflattened.
Did you dress up whilst playing
it?
Did you dress up whilst playing it?
I did, and there's nobody here to tell you otherwise.
Nice. All right. What else did you get going? What did you play?
What else? I'm back on my rhythm game grind a little bit, because I also got into Synthriders, which also had a new free song called The Evil Dab.
Love it.
By Voicians.
Sure.
Yeah, nailed it, I think. Also, fun song. Also, then I just started playing a whole lot of Synthriders. What a great game, Dan. What a great game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just back in that master 2x speed, getting that zone. It feels glorious.
It does.
And they have so many DLCs now. Like
they do. It's so
scrolling
many.
on the bottom. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then on that, I got into Walkabout on Sunday morning. I was joined by me, myself, and I. And we played through the Healing Entree courses.
Nice. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I said GG's.
Yeah. At what
And
time
then
did
I
you play
replied,
last Sunday? Was it 9 a.m.?
Yeah, 9 a.m. But we had the extra hour of sleep, too.
Yeah.
No, what happened was Future Proof had work.
Fair. I did see the invite, but I was too sad, so I couldn't play.
That's understandable.
Yeah, I had to go for a walk instead. But very good, very, very good. I mean, that was a quick. What you've been playing, Samson? You normally play a lot more.
Dan, because I've been playing a whole lot of Crash Nitro Kart, refueled or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm about 91 or 92% now through the adventure mode.
Mm-hmm.
Getting there.
It's fun. It's just such a great kart racer. Maybe the best kart racer.
Maybe.
Sam, so let's quickly go through the games out this week since we've kind of already gone through them, so we might as well just mention them one more time. Of Lies and Rain, November 4th, which is out as you're listening to this. Actually, all of them are. Elements Divided, Forefront Beta, Laser Dance Early Access, and Little Critters. Or Little Critters, if I try and pronunciate everything.
Little Critters.
Little Critters, exactly. All right, that was a short what we've been playing, Samson, and a short part 2. In part 3, we're going to do some more questions on getting to know us from our pal, Future Proof, who was kind enough to send them. So we'll see you in part 3. Let's Talk Oculus is available on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. If you want to see the video version, it's available on YouTube and Spotify. And also, if you love us so much, then consider throwing us $1 at patreon.com/Let's Talk Oculus. Back to the show. All right, welcome back to part 3 of the November games. We've already gone through the November games. We've gone through what we've been playing. We've gone through the games out this week, Samson. There's only one more thing to do.
And we did housekeeping.
And we did housekeeping, yeah. Future Proof, friend Future Proof, Patreon of the show, he sent us, he'd been doing this a few times. We had Getting to Know Us Part 1, which was quite a few episodes ago now. Getting to Know Us Part 2, which was just, I think, a couple of episodes ago. And he was very eager to give us more questions, and we welcome it. So it's always fun to do. He's given us the next 10 questions of getting to know us. Some of these are short, some of these are long. So Samson, let's kick this off. Number 1, I think he said this is like the more of the VR edition of questions. I can't remember. He said something like that, but the questions are kind of mixed.
Quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
But Dan, what is your?
Gone.
That's awesome.
Sorry.
What is your favorite Quest virtual environment?
I just do pass-through all the time, to be honest with you. But when I didn't do pass-through, I actually really liked the Horizon environment, which was like the futuristic one. Do you remember that one? I mean, you probably can still... It's like the default one if you were to go in it now, where you've got lots of moving parts and all that stuff. I used to have that one, but then... the pass-through's been really solid for me. But then I remember back in the day when the Quest 2 was a thing, and which I'm pretty sure you can still get this environment. I really liked the home, which had like a lot of grass and such in the windows. It seemed like a very outdoor home. In like you're looking at me like, what? These environments don't exist.
I mean, I don't want to frown on your crown, but I do not remember any of these.
I'm going to have to Google it so I can describe it better to you. But it was...
You're basically describing like the Windows background that I remember.
No. So,
like
okay,
Windows XP.
I've got it, Samson. Basically, it was like an open house in front of you. There was palm trees and it was like sunset in the distance. And it felt like a dinosaur house more than anything, but it was very open in the trees and such. So yeah. That's the one they used to use the most before pass-through was best.
Very good. I used to use the Myst one for quite a long time. I basically bought Myst for the world. I kind of wish more games did that. just a little virtual environment as a perk. But yeah, I do use the pass through mostly at this point.
Samson, are you iPhone or Android, and why?
Well, Dan, I've been iPhone since I think like the 4. Previous to that, I was BlackBerry. So fuck Android. And why do I use iPhone now? Because I'm a prisoner of a UI decision I made in my 20s.
Yeah. I also had the iPhone 4. That was my first one as well. And so iPhone all the time. I was very, this year I was due to upgrade. Like, my phone was 4 years old, and I was like, it might be time. It's either this year or next year that it's time to change the phone. And when the Google Pixel 9 or 10, I think is the latest one, came out, I was very tempted. Very, very tempted. It looked nice. It just looked refreshing. The AI capabilities are better than Apple's, but I didn't really care too much about that. But that was another one. But the reason why I didn't, the sole reason, is because I couldn't get Apple Care. So there's no equivalent to it. So I like to normally rock my phone without a case. I actually now do. I have a case, but I normally my 13 Pro was all caseless.
You're just nude?
Yeah. Well, I had
walking around with a naked phone?
I had a D brand skin on it, but that was it. But yeah, pretty much. But I like Apple Care was always handy because if anything did go wrong, then I was fine. And I never actually needed to use the Apple Care up until when I was about to get rid of it. I had to change the camera and change the screen and such. But I actually didn't need it for most of the time. So when I did buy my 17 Pro, which I just got, I actually didn't bother buying Apple Care this time. But I do have a really thin, really, I have a really thin case on it, incredibly thin. The thinnest case you could buy.
With no case on some of those iPhones, they're slippery.
So that's why
you whip them out of your pocket. That thing's fucking
so
buttery toast.
The 17 Pro is incredibly slippery because it's in aluminium or aluminum, as you guys say it now.
Yes, aluminium.
You spell it differently, to be fair. So it's not I
took my British vitamins.
Vitamins. So I do have a case on it. It's a really, really, really thin case from Pitaka, and it's really nice. But I wanted to keep the thinness because I just really like the feel of the phone when it doesn't have a case. And I didn't want a thick, bulky case. I did have a thick, bulky case, and I just returned it in the end. But yeah. All I have to say is it's not the case talk. I'm iPhone because of that. And yeah, I do really enjoy the Apple ecosystem, to be honest. I have a Mac.
It's all right. I used to love BBM. That's why I had the BlackBerry. Yeah. Because you have to pay for text messages back in the day.
Yeah.
You didn't have to pay to send BBMs.
Yeah. Good times.
I remember we would try to plan college parties, and one of my buddies would run out of texts, and he'd be stop planning this with me in the group text.
Yeah, good. You had to top up your phone and everything. Oh,
good times. What ancestry do you have?
My ancestry is Indian. My mom's from India, and then my grandparents are. My dad's actually born in London to Indian parents, and so I'm second generation English. But I do have an ounce of Portuguese in me. My last name is Portuguese, and the Portuguese invaded India at some point, so it makes sense to me. So I have the ounce, and that's why I celebrate.
Sounds like they were from India when it was under British control.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, that's why I support Portugal over England in the World Cup.
Yeah, all right. There you go. You go. I'm Polish and Finnish.
Polish and Finnish? That actually makes sense, Now that I can see the Viking in you.
Is that what the Vikings are? Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Nordic? Maybe they're Norway Vikings, to be honest. I don't know. Anyway.
I wish I had a Vikings reference, but the only thing I could say is the Viking funeral, so it doesn't fit in here.
So what's your favorite season and why?
Winter.
Why?
because it's the opposite of what you picked.
I picked summer.
No, I like I like bundling up inside with the fire and I like a little snow on the trees. I don't quite want enough to have to shovel, but yeah, I love me some winter.
I like winter until it overstays its welcome. You know, summer can overstay its welcome and it's great, but if winter overstays its welcome, you know, if it's March and it's still like snow, get out of here. You know,
I like a good March snowstorm.
Yeah, yeah, you do. I'm trying to get used to this East Coast weather because that's what happened this year. But yeah, I think my favorite season is probably summer. Sorry. Although if it gets too humid nowadays, I don't really love it. So I don't know. It just depends. It's more rather than season nowadays. It's more like what's your favorite temperature? And my favorite temperature is 23 degrees Celsius, which I'll convert for you as you're going to say your thing.
Summer is probably nicer in Vancouver than Toronto.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because Toronto gets really humid, where Vancouver's not as humid. It does get a little bit humid for like a week or two, but it's not like a whole month. Where here it's like 2 months of humidity this year. But yeah, my favorite temperature is 73.4 Fahrenheit, which is 23 degrees Celsius.
Yeah. It's a pretty good temperature.
Yeah. So I normally keep my heating on in the winter. It's like optimal.
You keep your heat up to 73, dude?
Yeah.
What's your heating bill?
It's not too bad.
Wow. Dude, mine's at 60.
I don't keep it on all day. I just, toggle up and
I
down.
leave mine 60 all the time, but I do have like the pellet. I use the fireplace.
Yeah,
I use the fireplace because that'll sort of heat up. Like
your fireplace is nice too. We had to use it in May this year. See, that's too long. Yeah. That's too long. That's too long. We don't want winter in May. That's too long.
It's nice to have the option of warmth.
Yeah. The fact that when I came over to yours in May as well, I didn't pack for the cold. It was so cold.
Dude, the previous year it was in March, so you can only imagine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. All right. Well, next question.
Well, Dan, you can only access one multiplayer game, flat screen or VR, to play on the desert island you're going to live on. What game do you choose?
Walkabout, because I don't really play many multiplayer games, and that's the only one, so I would pick Walkabout. I actually thought about flat screen because I was like, if I'm on the desert island, I actually want flat screen over VR. It's just easy, just in case someone's trying to kill me or there's a snake or something.
Dude, imagine if you tried to, if you were getting saved and you were playing Walkabout and you missed
exactly
the plane.
Walkabout ain't got mixed reality, so I can't do that. So I was trying to think of a flat screen game, but I don't play any flat screen games online. I don't even have PS Plus anymore because I don't play them on multiplayer. I'm such a single player gamer now. But yeah, I would say Walkabout. What about you?
You're a unicorn, Dan. I was thinking of like Halo, Master Chief Collection, or Among Us, or Overcooked, or even Rocket League. All these games, so much time spent. Love every minute. Even Walkabout too, but I think I go with Wii Sports Resort. Oh,
you're already on the island, but you want to play the game on the screen?
Yeah.
Nice.
I love me some Wii Sports.
Yeah, do you have a Wii? Do you have one of those?
Now I really want to get one.
I'm surprised you don't have one.
I used to have one. I was trying to think. I have no idea what it just through college got lost.
Yeah, it's that time. It was 2006, around that time, right? So,
I've got like my Wii balance board. I've got a random controller, and I've got a few games around.
So you have the relics of it, but you don't have the system itself. But you could probably pick the
system
system
up for like $115. Yeah, $100, something like that.
Even less than that, probably. I don't think it's because you can get the Wii U, which basically has all the stuff, right, and in HD. So I think a lot of people end up buying that. Then you have the tablet.
But you want the Wii, you want the original one, so you can play GameCube.
Yeah, that's true. That's even better. That's
way better than playing Wii games in HD.
I remember I had that Wii. I had the original Wii with the GameCube stuff, and I never played one GameCube game on it, and I'm so sad.
I used to play Melee a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sad because I'm like I could have played a lot of those great GameCube games on there, but I never did because it was just I don't know. I was a child. Top five favorite VR games of all time, Samson.
In no particular order, and this was kind of a difficult one, especially for all time. There's a lot of games out there. Synthriders, Astrobot, Walkabout, Demeo Battles, and Tetris Effect.
Solid. Medal of Honor. This is actually in order. Medal of Honor. That's order number 1. The rest of them could be anywhere else. Walking Dead Saints and Sinners 1 would probably. I really enjoyed playing that one. Walkabout, Batman, of course, and Arcane Age, I think, sneaks in there for now. That's with me just like not thinking about it too much. Maybe if I think about it a lot, or maybe just look at my library, I could probably find potentially something else. But Arcane Age is
from the hip.
Arcane Age is right up there. Yeah. If I look at all those games, Medal of Honor, Walkabout, Walking Dead, Batman, Arcane Age, yeah. Arcane Age fits there real nice. All right. Next one, Samson.
Hey, Dan, why don't you rank these by their importance in video games, generally, for you? Story, gameplay, graphics, frame rate.
I wrote frame rate twice. I'm doing gameplay, frame rate.
Is that important?
Gameplay, frame rate, graphics, and then story. Out of them, to be honest, it depends. Like it depends in terms of graphics and story could be interchanged. I think if I'm more care about the story in flat screen than I do in VR. So if I'm just doing a VR one, gameplay, frame rate so I don't get sick, graphics and story.
Yeah, it's really just comes down to like, am I having fun really? So
yeah,
but my list would be gameplay, story, frame rate, graphics.
Yeah, that's fair. The graphics are probably the last thing on flat screen consoles now because they're so pretty good anyway.
We're just way more than just like the graphics. Like what level the graphics are, I feel like you can like lose yourself in, like you can accept them as your reality if the other things are done well.
Yeah, I agree. Favorite video streaming platform and why?
HBO Max. Why? Well, Dan, it's not TV. It's HBO. Nobody brings it home like HBO. Great movies are just the beginning. It's more than you imagined. It's HBO. The great entertainment alternative.
It's not TV.
It's HBO.
We have HBO as well.
What's your favorite? That was just a bunch of their
marketing.
If that wasn't too obvious.
Is it HBO Max? Is that what they're calling it now? Or did they... Because they keep changing
the
name.
Knows?
HBO is Crave in Canada, FYI.
But yeah, it's got good old stuff, you know, those Sopranos, The Wire, Deadwood. Then
the big stuff.
Curb Your Enthusiasm kind of goes all the way.
Yeah.
And some good stuff with Game of Thrones for a little bit there. And then, you know, now I got my Last Week Tonight weekly show. And
bit of John Oliver.
Yeah, what else have I been... I feel like I can throw on... Oh, it's got all the Harry Potters. For some reason,
it does.
Harry Potter's a very, like, November going into Christmas season
Christmassy thing,
movie series for me. Yeah.
You're right. I think if I was to pick one of just, like, what's the best one, I would say it's HBO as well. I agree. But right now I've been liking Apple TV a lot.
It's got some good stuff.
Apple TV is really good when it comes to TV shows. When it comes to movies, it seems to be pretty bad, to be honest, overall. But when it comes to TV shows, there's a lot of good stuff and a lot of it, obviously, original stuff that you can only get there. I won't say if you're going to get one streaming platform, you should get Apple TV. You should definitely probably get HBO, to be honest.
Apple's good for a couple months when you can pound through, if you've got time to, like, you know, pound through some of their shows.
Netflix is one that's kind of lost me a little bit recently. It's kind of been... I saw this Instagram the other day, and it was about shows nowadays are being dumbed down so people can scroll on their phones and not miss too much at the same time.
I have heard this.
And I'm like, I feel like that's a lot of Netflix shows. It seems to be a lot of like reality TV kind of stuff, or like murder mysteries things that people
reality
can watch.
TV is also cheap to make.
Exactly. All right, Samson, rank these: Nintendo Switch 1 or 2, Xbox Series, PS5, Quest 3, Steam, Game Pass, iOS, Android games.
I assume this is for like what I've been playing games on, or what I would go to like play these games on or buy them on. So I guess it'd be Steam, PS5, Quest 3, Not Safe for Work, which is a Nintendo Switch, Xbox Game Pass, and iOS. Though I will say Apple Arcade, Apple Arcade's, I had some fun
really
there.
good.
I don't know I'd put, with the price change, I might put iOS in front of it.
Yeah, I put Game Pass last after the price is so expensive. I used to put Game Pass well at the top, but now it's so expensive. It's ridiculous. Mine's almost the same as yours. I don't think I've changed Quest 3 and PS5 probably round, because actually my PS5 collects a lot of dust. I play a lot of the Steam Deck because I'm playing a lot of like Hollow Knight and others. That I've actually got Red Dead Redemption 2 recently because I was on a flight for 4 hours and it was actually really fun to play that. It works really well. But PS5 is actually collecting dust. I don't touch it that often, to be honest.
You gonna sell it?
No. There's always something that will, like,
Yeah, GTA 5 or 6.
Yeah, exactly. And it's good for, like, co-op games because I have 2 controllers as well. But, yeah, the Quest is definitely ahead of that.
I'm taking off of work for GTA 6.
Fair. Samson, last question. What's the last question?
What's your favorite brand? What's your favorite brand and model or type of keyboard and mouse and or controller?
I don't really have like a favorite keyboard, but I'm currently using the Newfie mechanical keyboard, as people can see right there on the video on. I really like it. I used to use the Logitech MX keys or something, which came with my work, and I really liked that, to be honest. I actually really like the Apple Magic Keyboard as well, the long one. I really enjoyed that one, but the reason why I went for this mechanical one is, one, the sounds are really soothing, and the second thing is that I wanted a keyboard that was only just the keys rather than the numeric keypad on the far right, because I noticed ergonomically I only have one monitor and it's right in the center of my desk, and if I have the longer keyboard I'm a bit onto the left, so it's a bit unergonomic. So I only bought it because of that, and it's really nice. So yeah, the Newfie keyboard, Logitech MX mouse, it's probably the best mouse I've ever used. It's so comfortable. And my favorite controller is actually the Xbox Series controller. I use a PS5. I've used a PS4. I'm more of a PlayStation person all the way, but every time I pick up that Xbox controller, I find it's not even just comfort, because the PS5 controller is quite comfortable too. It's actually really like the triggers on the Xbox controller, like the big long triggers as well. But yeah, so that's
I've got my PS3 and my
controller.
PS4 controllers here, but not my PS5 that's downstairs.
That's fair.
I use the Logitech G903 mouse. It's supposed to be wireless, but honestly, I couldn't figure out how to do that, so I just use it plugged in. And I hate having to worry about battery, so I don't even have to worry about like the charge. So yeah, I use that one plugged in, and I use the Logitech G213 keyboard. I believe it's also mechanical. And since you pointed out the number pad, I will say that mine has one, and that is a very important feature of a keyboard for me. I am I love the number pad.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, but that's how I type my numbers. Yeah,
I miss the number pad. I'm not gonna lie.
That's how I log into my computer. Not that it's all numbers.
I miss the number pad. I agree. What about your controller?
Yeah, the Xbox Elite controller is probably my favorite.
I agree.
It's got some good weight to it. It's got these little back things that I never really like to use.
Me too.
But it's got some really good weight, and I just love
nice.
how the Xbox controller feels. Yeah.
It's the triggers for me. The triggers feel really nice how they've just fit in your hand, and yeah, I agree. Also, quick shout out to the Logitech stuff is really good, but I love the fact that keyboard and mouse nowadays, at least the ones I have, you can program it to up to 3 devices at a time, which is really handy for me because my partner shares this desk as well, so she can just change it easily to hers. And then I have a second laptop which I use as my personal laptop and my work laptop, and it's so nice that I can use the same keyboard setup, but I can just change it really quickly. That's a very quality of life thing that's really nice. And I would the Logitech one did, the Newfie one does the same thing, and I wouldn't buy a keyboard without it, to be honest.
Very good.
Very good. Thank you so much, Future Proof, for giving us those questions. I'm sure there'll be a part 4 at some point later on this year. But yeah,
always guarantee it.
Always appreciate the questions. It's always fun to kind of go through, and you get to learn more about us, and I get to learn more about Samson. Although I probably would have guessed most of these, apart from the pole and the finish. But then, if I really thought about it, maybe I would have got that one too.
I figured you knew I had the Polish passport.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that actually. Yeah, I think if I put more thought into it, I would have learned that one. But anyway, that will do for our show. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for listening. And we will see you next week where we'll talk about more games, most likely. I've been Samson. He's been Dan, and I'll see you later.
That's
Bye.